week of Versa 10s. Had to miss a couple of weeks because of...
I'm still tweeting. Don't worry, I'll be with you in a second.
Had to miss a couple of... Just writing one tweet. We had to miss a couple of weeks because of lack of availability, essentially. As is always the life. As it always bloody goes. However, we are back. And we're going to have Knicks. We're going to have Cupcake. So, Cupcake... Ooh!
The Hellboy's wearing a coat. Where's a jacket? It's a coat!
So, basically, Knicks is actually well known for not only his... basically having the strongest dark side currently, but his Hellboy is actually really sick. Cupcake plays everyone, and Cupcake's mostly known in this game for having absolutely insane tech on Twitter. He finds all the broken stuff, and I mean all the broken stuff, so...
Okay! I think if there was one start to really set a precedent to what to expect, it's the two characters with a pounding at the exact same time.
So Cupcake, he might be changing characters as we go, but this is going to be... It's been a while now since Hellboy was released. Obviously, we've just had Atom be released, which means Hellboy is no longer the new hotness, and players have had more than enough time to essentially... Well, learn him properly.
I mean, it was literally yesterday. It was officially out yesterday. I don't imagine there's been too much time, but I mean, right as we're saying that, Knicks with huge damage already, and that's not a huge surprise. I mean, we've actually seen quite a surprisingly high amount of Hellboy over the last couple of weeks. He's got a lot of different players have been, experimenting with him, using him in competitive situations. Obviously, War of the Gods, Silver Eye's been doing his thing, Dab's been doing his thing, and we've been told that Knicks 2 has a really dangerous Hellboy to watch out for, and hopefully we see that over these. Oh, the trickiness! And Cupcake, if there's one thing I expect to see in this entire set, it's Cupcake doing stuff with the interactables that no one else does. He is famous for just this tech, combos, you name it. If the interactable lets him do it, he knows about it.
You could say that Cupcake is an interactables master. There's the conversion. Typical Flash B&Bs.
Oh, a nice bit on wake up and the patience as well. And Knicks, actually, I think he just tries to do a raw gunshot out of that, using some of those. I don't know exactly how it works. There's like invincibility frames off the gunshot. Like, does he just move his hurt box back? I'm not sure. He gets a lot of craziness off of that gunshot.
He does lean pretty far back. But now
a hot dog. He's eating a hot dog.
You gotta make sure the fact that this is Flash 4 bars up. Ooh! That was a strange exchange. Now I've got to say, you can't count out the Flash at all. As long as he's got Speed Force and as long as he's got 4 bars of meter, he can definitely win. And there was the attempt to go through a wake-up attack.
I like that.
He's making a comeback happen. The next time he catches Knicks, if that happens, he's likely to have to try and go for Clash. But no, we might say unclashable in this first game.
I think the patience showing from Knicks again, but there's the challenge. And Cupcake just making the read. He was going to press buttons, going for another meter burn back 3. Armor sponged up, but too quick with the attacks from Knicks, and that's going to chew that armor up easily. But I think you really called it though, right? Flash having that insane comeback potential. If he's got trait, if he's got bar, you have to be careful. Because one touch can lead into restand, 50-50s, just all that cheap stuff that he's had for quite some time. And especially someone like Cupcake that's been playing Flash this long, is more than ready to do that.
So just to give you guys a bit more backstory on Cupcake, on top of being, a real lab monster and a tech monster in Injustice 2, really dangerous Killer Instinct player. Like, his ability in KI, back when KI was in its competitive prime, he was a super, super, super dangerous player. And he's played, both NetherRealm games and KI together. But obviously now he's playing a lot of Injustice 2, but he really is one of those multi-game specialists who can play multiple titles and still be really dangerous. Of course, Knicks is one of those when it comes from the fact he had a ridiculously good Goro, one of the absolute strongest Goros in MKX. And near the end of the game's life, I remember when Knicks was able to defeat Sonic Fox, and I think it was War of the Gods with a 3-0, and everyone's like, hang on a minute, did Sonic Fox lose to a Goro? What was this? Turns out it was Knicks.
Well, that was kind of the go-to reaction, though, from the competitive scene was, wait, he lost to a Goro? What happened? And everyone was like, no, it was Knicks' Goro. And we were like, oh, okay, fair enough.
That would have been deaf.
That makes sense.
That would have been an absolutely disgusting combo, by the way. Like, Cupcake nearly had the ultimate swag of all swag, but unfortunately couldn't seal the deal. Cupcake with a round for now.
Well, he's got plenty of time to get that swag on deck. I mean, I know we saw some stuff from Happy Pal in his set where he was like favoring swag over winning games many times, but I kind of feel like Cupcake is a similar kind of player. That will happily make it harder to win if it means he can show off some cool stuff, especially in like an exhibition like this, right? Ooh, but a nice throw. Oh, tries to get the extension, but just misses it. That's unfortunate. Now the life is... he's still got... Well, not as much of a life lead at all.
But
Cupcake, and especially now this has opened him up.
Oh, no!
Lag spike! Not like this!
And he actually tried to do go through the wake up using the speed force to potentially try and make the move take a little bit longer. That is such a terrible lag spike because Cupcake had all the momentum and it's just been stolen away. Oh, internet, please.
Always got the trait activated. Cupcake's gonna have to be careful now.
I quite liked the running cancellation because he was expecting the trait. He saw the trait and didn't commit because he didn't want to get chewed up, and he's gonna be forced to clash.
I think though, Cupcake clashing one hit too late, that was about half of that damage he is about to get back.
Yeah,
was unnecessary. He didn't spend anything either. That was a big read from Cupcake to not spend anything at all.
Is this Happy Pal in a different body right now?
I mean, Cupcake is the spirit animal. He is the successor, the American equivalent to Happy Pal. But he has that. He has the super. Oh,
wait.
Oh, for sure that was gonna work.
Tried to react to the forward dash with super.
I mean, I would have bet real money.
Oh no!
I would have bet real money that was gonna work. I mean, he hit the animation. He was still hopping. I mean, yeah, for sure that Cupcake was expecting that to punish him.
Hellboy's little feet were off the ground when the super started. He shouldn't have been able to block that.
Hey man, it's because he's dressed for this winter weather.
You know
it's
what?
Cold. No,
you know
we're in the UK right now, but you know it's winter everywhere. I assume it's relatively cold. He comes in with his coat, well equipped.
Cupcake may have lost that game, but goddamn, I respect the attempt. I respect the attempt. Now, yeah, he plays loads of different characters. Does Cupcake? So. He doesn't really have a main as such. He just plays a bunch of different characters. And he's like that in a lot of games. He likes to play the board a little bit. So he might find a character that eventually he might settle on in this matchup, or he's just going to keep going and find out what works. But we'll see. Yeah, just casually dropping his water bottle in the background.
Of course.
I do really like Cupcake's ability to block these jumping mix-ups. I actually think he's yet to get opened up by it.
Yeah, he's been hit by a couple, but it's not. I don't really get a feeling that it's because he's trying to challenge it too much. I think Cupcake looks quite well prepared for this. Oh, a little bit too slow recovery there. That's going to be a nice almost 400 damage that he's not going to be seeing again anytime soon. Of course, this is going to be post-patch Red Hood, so some of that chip damage taken down, a little bit less damage overall, and just the trait just sponging that up.
Still, even more.
Makes you wonder if that's tech from Cupcake, though. Like, is Hellboy still... Obviously, it's reduced hit stun, but is it something he can deal with? Like, is it safe for Cupcake to do that?
Going in for the jailing, unfortunately, still finding himself consistently low.
Wow.
But, mate, you mentioned earlier, right, going for that almost like a reversal gunshot, because it looks like Hellboy's pretty much moving his hurt box backwards. As he does that pistol shot. So in a situation where there's a lot of pushback, Knicks is answering back with a straight pistol shot. If it was any other projectile off any other character, it wouldn't make sense to do it. But because Hellboy leans so far back, it's almost like he's moving himself out of danger. And yeah, unfortunately, we can all see a little bit of lag right here, and it's going to be a bit of a pain to deal with.
It doesn't look like the smoothest connection in the world, but hopefully it holds out enough for these guys. Don't want it to hinder their experience too much. Oh, but a nice read on the up stars. Knicks leaping straight into there. You can tell when Knicks has a life lead, he's not afraid to go crazy with the leap stuff, right? You know, a lot of it's punish bomb reaction, has some answers for, but if he's got a life lead, obviously it's more stressful for you to deal with. You know, it challenges you to, it really calls you out. You have to stop me from leaping around, or I'm just going to overwhelm you with everything.
There's that overhead.
Yeah,
plenty of work to do. The problem Cupcake's been finding is that...
But this is Red Hood in the corner. This could be a chance to start something, but the wake-up back three. Cupcake didn't scout it out. Unfortunately, that is going to be a clean win again, coming out for Knicks.
Now, I mean, like, Cupcake's doing a decent job of kind of going toe-to-toe with Knicks, and he's doing damage, sure, but the issue is that he's consistently behind, right? Like, he's not getting the first hit, he's not getting the first life
You're
bar.
always playing to get the life lead back.
He's always
playing to keep
the
lead,
I mean, he's always about half a life bar back, right? So, if you're consistently back the entire time, I feel like it's never in your favor, right? It's always going to be more of an uphill battle, but... Yeah, making the change to Catwoman. I will be honest, you don't really see a huge amount of Hellboy get used. Obviously, part of it's because he's still new. He's quite tricky and technical to use at a high level, as we can clearly see. There's a lot of buttons need to be pressed. So, I don't think everyone's really going to be experimenting with a character like this. But those that do, those that do play, Hellboy looks really interesting.
It depends what you kind of categorize a lot of people playing him, right? Because when I see a character like, you know, for example... You know, Red Hood, there are a lot of players right now. Even Catwoman, right? You know, sort of you see on the screen, there are a lot of, you know, various Catwoman players. I think there are enough Hellboys to get a good enough look. That's going to be a nice combo coming out from Knicks too. But they all seem to play him in a very sort of, you know, their own specific way, and that kind of is the nature of Injustice, I think. You know, characters, they have like a certain archetype they fill, but it is on you to try and be creative and break the mold a little bit if you can. But speaking of which, there's that patented Catwoman back three. Something we've all seen 100 times before, but Knicks with raw wake up.
Cupcake definitely looks like he's having some execution issues. I think part of it is the fact there's a little bit of lag going on, and also changing from character to character this much, it's going to be... That first game is always going to be almost like teething problems, right? And I really love Knicks' use of that armor. Like, it really is Doomsday style. Not allowed to press buttons at all.
But I like the way when Knicks has that trait activated and that hit stun gets changed the way it does, he's still actually opting to use those meter burn back 3s, because what's the first thing you do when you're against Doomsday, when you're against Hellboy? You want to hit him, right? You want to stagger him. You want to keep him from doing anything. So if he's going to press a meter burn back 3 while he's got trait activated, if Cupcake goes in to try and press a button, the armor is going to proc it and he's going to get launched.
Very much so. I mean, like, yeah, basically. But he's finding himself in this situation again where, oh no, oh please don't tell me we're seeing this again. Oh no, never mind.
That's still not great. Unfortunately, looks like one of the rougher connections we've had. I mean, in the past, I'm not sure if it's a King of the Hill thing. In the past, we've seen lag, but the players have said they've not felt it, so it could just be a spectator thing.
Well, either way, that's another game for Knicks.
Yes, it is.
Really impressed. Really impressed with this Hellboy display so far. I mean, I know Cupcake, we don't know how much experience he's going to have against a character like this. We don't know whether he's fought these like sort of top level Hellboys. Who knows? It's always going to be a bit confusing.
The fact that Cupcake is changing after almost every loss makes me think that he might not actually be ready for Hellboy. Because normally, if you're a player that plays loads of different characters, right? In your team of characters, you will have an answer to certain things. You'll pick those characters for certain matchups. And if Cupcake is effectively still experimenting through his characters to try and find what he feels most comfortable with a matchup with, I'm inclined to think he didn't have that beforehand.
Oh, he's made the change to Black Adam, and you can see I think Black Adam should be alright in the matchup like this, surely.
I mean, that down 2, big damage output, dive kick. I can imagine dive kick shutting down a lot of this leap stuff from full screen. Again, that's all on theory. I can't say this is a matchup I've actually seen too much myself.
I'm going to be honest, this is kind of laggy.
I really hope the lag isn't on their end. I hope it's just spectator side.
Well, no one has said anything yet, so we'll keep everything crossed, but there's that with punish.
Yeah, he's going to spend the bar 2. Going to keep Knicks cornered, get a nice chunk of damage. Ends it early for the bomb. Ooh, but Knicks has been really prone to waking up there though. And
that's quite important data for Cupcake, in the sense that he threw that bomb and instantly that wake up lunging punch moved him out of danger. I feel like an advancing wake up is always such a powerful tool to have, and there's the down 2. That might be quite a miracle normal in this matchup.
I mean, I called it before. I can see that being a big thing here. It is a deceivingly good anti-air because he himself moves himself down so low. It does hit quite high into the air, and against things like that, it's the same thing against Gorilla Grodd's leap. You know, if it's like a leap airborne special move, it's a good answer and very easy to do on reaction.
Knicks just poking back. Yeah, apparently, according to the old Twitch chat, which I will trust, Knicks is claiming that there actually is no lag between them. So it's just going to be spectator side, which, good. This is going to be that instant leap. This is why you can't really zone out Hellboy an entire round, because one leap from full screen in the blink of an eye, he's point blank again. But I gotta say, I think the change to Black Adam's working quite well, and I would kind of expect Cupcake to go at least a couple more games with this character, because look, doing totally fine.
Too as well. Totally Nick's trying to press a button. I mean, is this Nick's first clash of the series? I think so.
One of his.
First time he's not had the life lead, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's pretty much been in complete control of the set from start to finish. And it's like you said, this is the first time it's kind of been flipped on its head, so... Yeah, there's that down 2. Can cancel the leap at any point. It's like, wow.
Knicks, he has 2 bars. Yeah, there we go. Airtech was his only option there, but still got tagged by the down 1. A Cupcake. You're going to get his first game here, so at the very least, I think Black Adam might be his strongest character for this at the moment, it seems. I'm not quite sure if it's just how he's been playing it, but...
I mean, it's his best character for this matchup so far, yeah. I think, from what we've seen.
He looks a lot more comfortable here, at least. Next, has he got a different loadout? We're going to see the same one. Coat comes back. We'll get the coat on. Coat, put the coat on. There we go.
That is a cool-looking Hellboy, man.
I mean, Hellboy has some of the best gear in the game, I think.
I think visually, Hellboy looks great. Like, his facial animations during the intros in Clash, visually, like, just the structure of his model looks really cool. Like, NetherRealm always seem to really surprise me with just how good their extra characters look. They don't look like rushed, tacky, extra DLC characters. Like, they are genuine additions to the game that if they were there on launch, you could have fooled me, you know?
It's almost like they have a talented art team that's been doing it for a very long time.
Maybe it's that.
Anyway, I digress. Tries to reverse with the Palpatine.
That was sick, actually.
Wow. Back 3 on block into gunshot. Hellboy just has those BM block strings.
Knicks is just swinging, and there's the cross-up.
That's actually, I think, one of the first times we've seen Cupcake get straight up opened up by some of those leap shenanigans. There's another setup into the lightning bomb. I like
Hellboy wants nothing to do with it.
I quite like that option from Knicks though, because you know when those. Oh my goodness! What was that exchange?
Push him away. Oh,
yeah, gets a full combo as well. That's gonna be the life bar. But I like Knicks' answer getting out of those corner lightning bomb loops though, or those setups, I suppose, because you know the dive kick is a good way of setting up that low bomb, the standing overhead. Neither of them are particularly fast. So the wake up leap has a chance at sneaking through if Cupcake isn't immediately timing that meaty.
Yeah, Cupcake's gonna easily take that trade all day, every day.
I mean, the entire set has been completely flipped on its head. This one character change, you know, I mean, it goes to show that Cupcake kind of cycling through his team of characters was eventually going to find the one he liked the most, and I kind of get the feeling Black Adam might just be that.
A little bit hesitant on the down 2, but oh, there's a whip punish. Any damage from this point is going to be consolation damage. Ouch. Wow.
Just forward dash straight into a point blank gunshot.
Knicks is, yeah,
that's it.
Having a look to see what we can get. Maybe we can,
oh, he didn't spin the bar.
Maybe we'll get a little bit of a bait or something, but at the very least, he'll take that one. 2-4. Good pick. I gotta say, this pick to Black Adam's working super well. And you can see why. You know, he's got control.
Oh no, we're being called chills in the chat.
He's got... Shut up. He's got full screen. He's got really good tools, full screen. The down 2 is clearly like a magical button for dealing with the leap. The trades are working really well in his favor as well. Trading a straight shot for a puddle or a lightning bolt, you're either getting a knockdown or you're getting a restand situation. Of course, you've got the mobility and your good air normals are going to be able to sort of compete with Hellboy in the air as well. I think it works well. You know, you can see why Cupcake's made this character change.
I mean, Nick's going to have to adjust straight up though, because a lot of what was working before just seemingly won't work on Black Adam. And I think it's kind of on Knicks now to realise that's going to be happening. And even that, right? Like, Knicks has consistently been going for his forward 2 to try and get the first hit, but Black Adam wants to stick out that forward 1. He wants to reach all that distance.
And Knicks is on the back foot. He's on the back foot again. And we'll see. Will Darkseid work better versus Black Adam? That's a good question. We may find out. You never know.
Maybe as... Oh! I mean, look at the life difference already. It's been barely any time whatsoever.
There's the counter poke. Big damage. Or even bigger damage. Trying to go for the splat now, yeah. Unfortunately, in a bit of a difficult situation when you've got the orbs that are going to pretty much seal the deal from that health. Gonna have to really pray that you'll just sort of catch that magical spot, get rid of the orbs. That's pretty much your only chance, but...
Oh, the trickiness. You can tell Cupcake really wanted to sit there and react to that block, but I mean that was a super last minute cross up.
I think Cupcake was convinced he was going to cancel that second leap, and he just went for the raw jump in.
Oh, ends it early, but
nice.
Knicks, was that wake up forward dash?
Oh, the double reset. Cupcake putting in the work with Black Adam right now.
Oh. A lot of chip damage coming through. Oof! Doesn't actually go for the air to air, doesn't want to let Knicks go for the clash, and it won't matter. He's going to die with a full trait and a full super meter. And just like that, Cupcake, 4-3. Only has 1 game left to tie things up after being down, I mean, to be honest, a very convincing 4 games at the start.
We do see quite often when someone plays multiple characters and they shift and they change and they change and they change, sometimes that can be a negative more than it can be a positive.
Black Adam.
Where, essentially, when someone plays so many characters, you worry that they spread themselves way too thin. And that's always a common thing that can happen when you play loads of different characters in a game like this. Now, we see it not work more than it works. However, as you can see right here, you know, the way Cupcake, he cycled through characters and cycled through characters until he went, okay, let's try Black Adam because I feel like it's going to work. And then, clearly, this change has worked quite well for him. I feel like the price you pay is that you're going to have to be ready to give up a few games if your character choices don't work. And yeah, that's a pre-patch combo trying to go for the meterless. And
very nice from Knicks to avoid the interactable. That was a really good read off. 475 actually. Immediately. That is crazy.
Whoa. I feel like that was so crisp. That was
like
so
this game started 10 seconds ago and Cupcake's already almost lost a full life bar. I wake up again. Knicks is definitely extremely wake up happy.
Yeah, K-Top does actually come to mind. He does sort of remind me of that set he had versus Doc, where he went through character and character and character and made this insane Predator comeback at the very end. That was a very, very good
That's
set.
going back a while, but I do understand what you mean.
Ah, it was a long time ago now. Time flies.
There's Black Adam, apparently.
I was about to make that joke. You beat me to the punch. Come on, man.
There's a dive kick. It's not a punch. No dive punch, dingus. There's no move.
Silence.
Doesn't exist. Now, Knicks, though, 4 bars. And he's kind of just flying around at the moment, to be honest.
There's a good block. Ooh, tries to fight back with the forward 1, but the back 3 versus the forward 3. Okie dokie. He's going to spend another bar for the extra damage. Unfortunately, drops it. I don't think Cupcake was ready for the string. And oh no, the string that looks like it should be a low, but actually is not a low. Almost got a combo off the bombs. We've seen that once or twice. And there's the down 2. Forcing the clash. And
now, do you think Knicks is going to spend both to get health back, or just try and tie it? Because if he holds on to 1 bar, that 1 bar could be all he needs to win on that life. He's going to hold on to one of them.
Oh, he had the read.
I'm not going to lie, that was a big read from Cupcake to go for that black magic like that. Oh, he got opened up! But no, Knicks wasn't confident it was going to hit. He didn't dial in.
I feel like that almost should have been it, but he's just going to get the plus frames. Goes in for the trait, but is it enough?
That is it. He's got trait. He has trait. That is 100% a wrap. Cupcake taking another game, so now we're tied up 4 apiece. Do we think at any point the Knicks is going to go to dark side? Or do you think he's just going to commit to...
well, at the end of the day, Knicks is always playing in these first 10s. Like, people always play in these first 10s for fun, right? There's a lot of people that they try and take part and they want to make sure that they're enjoying themselves, but variety is the spice of life, and I think Knicks understands that.
But so are the prizes that we have to give away this week that we haven't even talked about.
We haven't even talked about that on stream, but we actually have prizes secured for people that win now.
Yes, indeed. The cool guys and girls over at Warner Brothers UK were able to
We'll show on camera after as well. We'll show on camera after.
We don't have anything to show. It's at the office.
Is it all in the office?
Yes.
Oh, you idiot.
We will explain it.
I thought you were bringing it home. Well, there is prizes in the office.
But no, thanks to the guys at Warner Brothers UK that sent over some jerseys, some hoodies, some hats, and some comics that we'll be giving away as prizes to the winners of these series. Obviously, now there's more than just the fun to play for. As you know, we appreciate the fact that that's what these guys went in with, but now they actually can maybe not walk home or not stay home empty-handed.
Cool little Christmas present, mate. It's the time for it. Oh, and Knicks. The damage. Another trait. And with that much of a life lead on Cupcake, he could absolutely afford to take the damage on hit because, I mean, the divide is so much bigger. And there we go.
I mean, Knicks had a similar life lead last time and it quickly escaped him, but I guess that is the nature of Black Adam. And just to think, his damage has been nerfed. Black Adam, do you remember how much he did on launch?
The 600 damage sweet event dive kick.
Oh, of course. Oh, but actually, speaking of nice damage, Knicks is going to drop it again. That really sucks.
I think he was going for a setup, the instant jump into the leap. This is a significantly better game for Knicks.
He'll be right. He's got trait. Who he needs. Oh, the down one. That does mean that Cupcake has been... I mean, in that game that is so prominent in Injustice, the down 1 war, right? The challenge of the down 1. What do you do? What do players do? Some players will block a down 1, and their immediate reaction will be to press something to try and get the advantage. It will be to try and punish. Potentially, it will be to go, right, I've blocked your down 1, are you going to press a button? Are you going to try and do whatever? And some people will immediately press a button to challenge. Sometimes it'll be their own down 1, sometimes they might go for a grab, trying to enforce those frames, and being able to see what kind of opponent you are up against. What do they do in that down 1 war? Which has become a prominent part of the game, and it even used to be in Injustice 1.
I have a hunch here that Cupcake pretty much... His objective here was likely not to stick things out and find a character that works. Variety in character switches may be what Cupcake is going for. Now, if he uses Black Adam to tie the knot, and he's going to tie things up 4-4, now when he loses, let's try and use a different character, get more games on the board, but take the lead instead.
The problem is, this is post-pat Deadshot, which is a bit of a taboo subject right now. You know, that the general opinion is Deadshot has been...
nerfed a lot.
Nerfed very heavily.
Deadshot, more like nerfed a lot. Am I right?
That was very good.
I know, it was good.
But
jumping.
We are yet to properly really see, especially in Europe or in any streams like this from our side of things, post-patch Deadshot. Foxy has immediately dropped the character. Sonic Fox, I haven't seen play it yet. All the guys that had pocket Deadshots, like White Boy and Biohazard, I haven't seen them play since the patch, and I've heard comments here and there about, punched him right in the face off screen.
That would not have happened pre-patch. You know what I'm saying? The extra recovery on back forward 1 is gonna.
But that is the biggest thing here. That straight wrist gunshot has received a meter build nerf and a big startup nerf, and it has changed a lot on him. That is probably the biggest change.
I actually think Hellboy, even pre-patch, probably would have been quite good against Deadshot, to be honest with you. Like, post-patch is just naturally going to be a little bit harder. I think the objective...
that's not a trade he wants.
Oh. It's not even going to be enough to kill because the blue bullets, no combo opportunities.
So speaking of combo opportunities, another hit he took. The slower startup to wrist cannons means all those full screen confirms, a lot of them don't work anymore. You have to do different versions that either don't do as much damage or don't give you the same sort of thing. Was that punishable push block?
Looked like it.
It looked like it.
Nice conversion.
Still though, Cupcake doing a good job of evening things out somewhat. I'm not sure if Knicks is just getting a bit too impatient. Ooh, if Knicks had committed to that leap normal, that would be a wrap right now. Cupcake, he didn't go for a clash.
Wait, what happened?
He just got hit by the last hit.
It looked like...
It was the meter burn section.
Yeah, it looked like he got hit by like really meaty late frames of that leap. And as he stood up, he must have got hit maybe trying to do a wake-up attack or maybe trying to do something, and it just triggered the animation.
It was a relatively close game, to be honest. I think Cupcake was able to bring back a lot more than I initially thought he would after how the start of that match went, for sure. But the question is, does he stick with it? Who does
Probably
he go
the
to?
first and last game we're going to see him go with Deadshot, I think. I think he'll change. Yep. Going for a different character. Yep, Aquaman. From one nerfed character to another.
I mean, we are really seeing everything Cupcake has to offer, I think, here. Also, shoutouts to the seashell armor. I've not seen that before. My scoop don't launch anymore.
Wow. That was low. I can't believe you would go that far.
The scoop does launch. It's the technical strat that does not. My meme was bad because it was incorrect. I said the wrong name.
My meter burn scoop keeps me alive.
Can't do it anymore.
Why am I alive? Why am I alive?
Oh no.
Oh no. I can't launch. I can't launch anymore. I hate myself. Oh my god. Alright.
Still though, Cupcake, about half-life down. Oof! Big bullet from full screen. That technical strike still doing a good job of tracking, still does a chunk, but still nowhere near the move it used to be. But that's the thing, right? Like, Aquaman...
Oh, the mix-up.
Aquaman is a character that's been completely abandoned by a lot of the community, but on paper, he still has a lot going for him.
It looked to me like Hellboy punished that on hit, though. Ooh, Knicks chunking away a big bit of life there, though.
Yeah, he's doing all right. This is a closer game than we've seen beforehand. I mean, to be honest, Aquaman, he has that godly down too. He's got the normals, he's got chip damage, he's got a meter build. Like, in theory, he should be able to deal with the kind of stuff that Knicks has been doing. But right now, at this point, I'm not even sure if it's a character thing. I think Cupcake might just be a little bit overwhelmed by the way Knicks is playing. I think Black Adam gave a lot of tools at dealing with the way Knicks is winning. And without them, it's just so much harder. But at the very least, it's taking Cupcake a lot longer to figure them out.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, actually... It's being pointed out in the chat, and I do agree to a point where Cupcake's had a really, really strong neutral when he played Black Adam, and forcing Knicks to play that kind of neutral when he's going Hellboy and he's playing very mix-up heavy, very, very sporadically, where it's an explosive style, right? Where it's get that one hit and then it's just, you know, it's party time. Black Adam has a good job of, if you play really, really slow and calculated, kind of shutting that down to a degree. And I would have liked to have seen Cupcake stick with Black Adam for a couple of games. That said, Cupcake very well might just be... You know, I feel like he gets enjoyment from playing the board. I think he likes playing multiple characters.
But one thing I think is struggling, is really shutting him down right now, is Hellboy's back three isn't the fastest in the game.
Let me not forget to tick a game off.
It goes really far, and it obviously has that launch, that big damage. But the amount of meter burn back threes that Knicks has been able to connect in this game, I think Cupcake isn't doing a good job of baiting or predicting those meter burn back threes, because he's not breaking the armor. That is the main way you see people deal with meter burn back threes when they are rushing someone down, is they go with things that hit fast enough multiple times that it breaks the armor of those back threes. That's one thing that Cupcake isn't doing right now. He's doing a lot of just raw down ones by themselves that you almost feel like should have something on the other end of them, because it's the down ones that he's usually being able to beat with those meter burn back threes.
Now the change to Black Adam, I get it. Makes sense. I think we were already, you know, will he go back to Black Adam to try and get a bit more games on the board? Last time used Black Adam to try and make it 4-4. Makes sense that he's going back to it now. But not going as well, I have to say.
Well, he has gone back to Black Adam now, so he's got a little bit of his work out to tie up. 7-4 at the moment, but we can see it done. There was 4 games quite cleanly in a row that Cupcake was able to take with Black Adam.
Oh, that was dirt. That was dirt! Here comes Hellboy. Whoa.
Yeah, spinning the bar to extend. Oh no, he drops it! But the down one, the knowledge, Knicks knowing how to blow up the wake up.
Well. Donkey Kong. Oh, wrong game. No, thank you. I'm not sure what Cupcake was trying to go for. Where even is he landing?
But Cupcake has been quite slow with some of these clashes, to be honest. He's been eating a lot of damage. Almost makes you wonder that he does he even want to clash. Would he rather just have the bar?
I really like that. The fact that he blocked the wake up and then push blocked him back into the bomb. Unfortunately, as sick as that play was, he's so weak, it hasn't really accomplished a lot.
Yeah. Also the fact that because Knicks has such a massive life lead, he is not going to feel pressured into blocking these attacks, right? Like he's not going to think twice about just crouching over a low lightning ball. He has no reason to fear an overhead from that distance. He knows how to block.
This is looking like another good game for Knicks.
Oh, tries to punch the down one, didn't quite get it.
What's going on here?
Do you think Knicks is kind of just messing around at this point?
Maybe.
Do you think he feels so comfortable that he's like, yeah, let me just do what I want. I'm going to do literally exactly what I want. He's got a barrel.
Ludicrously up on games, so if he wants to have fun, I guess he's more within his right to, but Cupcake did very easily take the 4 games back.
Oh, no. Okay, just leapt straight over the orbs, and that's another game. 8-4 now for Knicks. That definitely wasn't quite as one-sided as Cupcake's other Black Adam games. It makes you wonder if Knicks is kind of just feeling himself a little bit too beyond to deal with at the moment.
Potentially.
Because it looks like he's having a lot of fun. He's moving around quite freely with this character.
Hellboy looks very fun, though, doesn't he? He does look highly enjoyable to play as. And I think you just have a lot of freedom over... Like, his maneuverability is super, super strong.
Now, the issue is, Cupcake has been changing almost every single loss. He potentially only has 2 more opportunities to do so.
Well, pretty much what Cupcake needs to do now is basically put a lid on how Knicks is trying to play. If he's playing this really explosive, high mobility, sporadic style, the way Cupcake was able to slow that down was to slow down the pace. Whenever he saw something, it was a very reactive game. When he jumps, anti-air. When he's full screen, win the trades. Check him with the dive kicks. You know, basically slow down that game plan. Because Knicks, he's still trying to go for this really high mobility mix-up style, and he started around getting point blank, get empty jump into low. Like, this is working out super well for Knicks at the moment.
A bit more of a stable start for Cupcake, and as I say that, he gets hit by a complete just raw leap jump in, and that is a full combo's worth of damage. Just like that, Knicks again has a huge lead.
But there's the trade. The trait. That's when you have to get worried, because when he's got so much more health than you and he's able to happily take that trade or take that armor, you take full damage and just down 1. What is this? Pressure.
Oh, wake up gunshot. But again, that wake up gunshot having that kind of like protective element to it. Quite hard to stuff. He moves back quite far. Deceivingly good, especially against someone that's jumping in at you on wake up. Good block on the cross up.
Very good, but of course that's a very classic day 1 Black Adam setup, so if you're familiar with where it hits and you see those 2 forward dashes, you know it's going to be a cross up.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh! Clutch last minute crouch from Knicks just to avoid. And that's going to be a nice break for Cupcake. Oh, I almost got the life bar, but Knicks, I mean, as soon as Knicks has no life left, he just goes ham, because, you know, no point being safe at that point. Just do what damage you can before you inevitably lose that life.
Oh, tries it down 2, but the whiff. Swiftly whiff punished by that down 1, and Knicks in full control. There's the forced clash. Not the worst clash in the world, though, because he's going to win it guaranteed. He's going to get some free health.
I mean, Knicks spent a lot of bar before he clashed, so that could have been Cupcake's plan all along there. Get the bar out of him, then clash. Get some guaranteed life back without having to spend as much as you initially have to.
Where on earth? These really last-minute deep cross-ups are just absolutely ludicrous. Oh, another one.
There's a push block to try and build some space. Oh, but the Van dive kick. That's going to do a lot of damage. Cuts it early. Holds on to the trait too. I think Cupcake might be saving his trait for either a chip kill or to just get the extended combo damage.
At this situation, he needs it. He needs to save the bar so that if he manages to land an opener on Knicks, which actually is looking unlikely, the mix-ups for days, not even an attempt or a chance, I should say, to go for the air tech and Cupcake. I understand why he saved the bar, but Knicks very intelligently not giving him a chance to actually spend any of it.
Now, this character selection is going to be crucial for Cupcake because this is his last opportunity. Whoever he picks now, he has to win 6 games in a row with. And when he's been changing as often as he has, this is going to be a big decision.
Who's he betting it all on? I wonder. Black Adam's going to be his trump card.
Right, well, this is the character that he got his 4 games in a row on. I mean, he was down 4, went to Black Adam, won 4, and just unfortunately, seemingly threw a lot of games away, you know, through different character choices.
But I think that's kind of the risk you take when you play so many characters at once. You know, he had to find his groove with Black Adam. I think he decided to try and he'd tied things up with Black Adam. Maybe he could have tried to take the lead with someone else that Knicks was yet to fight. Unfortunately, it didn't really work. So now, clearly knowing that Black Adam is the character that he should be using in this matchup, it's just taken him a lot of games that he gave up to come to that realization. And now he has to take 6 straight games.
Oh, that wake up from that distance. I'm not quite sure if Cupcake is kind of doing a lot of sensible stuff at this point.
Now, just remember, guys, the lag spikes apparently are just spectator side, so at the very least, the players aren't experiencing them.
It sucks we have to see it, but the important thing is the players aren't feeling the lag that we're seeing, so don't worry about that. Ooh, that was a full string from that distance as well. Knicks.
Oh, what?
Ooh, down one, it's down two juggle. That's going to be set point for Knicks.
Indeed.
1 life bar away from winning this one, 10-4. With a really impressive showing of Hellboy. We were told to expect good things. I've not seen this Hellboy before now, so I'm pleasantly surprised.
Definitely. A little bit slow on the air-to-air, which is going to give Cupcake a round back, and it is a little bit closer than it has been in previous
even
games.
up life bar to life bar.
They've both got clash now.
Right, that's going to be the air-to-air. I'll say, Cupcake opting to go for those bomb setups every time, but Knicks is yet to actually get hit by one, or opened up by the setup portion of it at least.
Yeah, the closest the closest Cupcake has been is forcing a push block onto them, and even then, it's not really guaranteed damage, and cost you a bar of meter, so I can't really say they're too successful for him.
There's a big read from Knicks on that low lightning, and he got it clean, and that's a whole combo's worth of damage. Cupcake back to the wall. There's a miserable situation. Nice throw tech. Hesitates on the jump. Oh, down to Andy, and just loses clean to the jump in. And 2 games in a row, Cupcake is going to go down with full trait and a full bar of super meter, and that's going to be Knicks walking away the winner.
Well, GG's to Knicks. GG's to Knicks indeed. Really good Hellboy. Good display of the character. Of course, it's been a bunch of time now since we saw Hellboy be released, so people have actually had a lot of time to grind, play, and he's not the new hotness anymore. You know, Atom is that new character, so it's cool to see Knicks putting in the work and showing us a different character rather than Darkseid. And of course, Cupcake, you know, thank you very much, Cupcake, for taking part this week. Playing loads of different characters, you kind of expected a bunch of different changes. I think he realized that Black Adam was going to be his character, but it just took him a lot of games to realize that. So by the time he realized, right, I've got to go Black Adam all the way, he'd given up a lot of games already, so it was not really in his favor when it comes to the odds. But good set anyway. Enjoy.